Okay, hello. Am I live? Let's see if I am live. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. I'm checking my computer. Let's see. I don't see anything. Please let me know if you're here. Okay, now it shows like I'm live. How are you guys? Welcome to day number 2 of the Go Live Challenge. Let me take a sip of water first. I'm thirsty. Thank you guys for joining me here today. If you're live, say hello. I'll be happy. Let me see. Oh yeah, there you go. Yes, I am live. Okay, awesome. So if you're here with me, say hello. How's it going? How is day 1 for you? Did you learn anything new? Did you go over the post and figure out some things? We shared 2 posts yesterday, one about how to do Facebook Live and how to do Instagram Live, and all the steps are there. All the technical stuff is there. So hi, hello. So if you have any questions at all about the process and the how-to, let us know. We try to make it as simple as possible. Just boom, 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 all the steps. I know a lot of people get freaked out by the technology, by the steps, by all that stuff. So I just wanted to get it out of the way and put it out there. Because if you do follow those steps, 1, 2, 3, like one by one, you are gonna do it. There's nothing else. It feels really scary when you start doing these videos and you start dealing with all those things, but once you get to doing it over and over again, it gets easier and easier, and then you can move away from that technical aspect and focus more on the actual video, on the content, on the things that really matter. So today we are going to focus on the setup and the lighting. So that's another big area where people get stuck. They're really worried about, where am I gonna do this in my home? This looks terrible. This is so dark. The quality of my camera, it's terrible. So we're gonna go over those things, and I'm gonna share some tips with you today to help you with that area. By the way, if you did a video yesterday, if you went live in any of your accounts or in any of your platforms, please make sure to share. We share a post earlier today where you can either share the actual link so we can go and support you, or just let us know where you did it, how was it, how did it feel, if you encounter any problems or anything at all, and we'll be happy to help. So, and if you want to share your experience, if you want to put together a video and share it, or whatever you want, or create, write a post, go ahead and share. We'll be happy to hear from you. I'm sure all of us have different experiences and we can all help each other out. So, okay. So when it comes to the setup and the lighting, so I think there's levels to this, right? When you just get started, you can't just get, you can't get worried about how someone that you like, that you watch, how their videos look and how your videos look. Like, you can't compare yourself. There's gonna be stages, and that's just natural. You just have to get started so you can get better and better at it, okay? You're not gonna know what you need unless you start, and you start practicing, and you start putting content out there, because as you go through the process, go through the motions, you're gonna discover, oh, I need to fix this, oh, I need to fix that. You're gonna start getting feedback, so naturally you're just gonna get better and better and better. You're gonna discover new equipment, you're gonna discover new techniques, you're gonna start noticing things when you watch other people's videos, and then that is gonna improve the content, that's gonna improve the quality, and that's gonna improve the whole structure of the video more and more, okay? So if you're just getting started, for example, when I started, I just used my phone. Yesterday in the post that we share, we said that you can actually either use your phone, or there's software out there that you can use with your computer and your camera, your computer camera, and go live either way. We didn't explain how to go with the software because it will depend on which software, right, you use. And usually each software will give you the instructions so you can go ahead and go live using their software. So the easiest thing is just to grab your phone and go live, because you can just go to your IG app, or you can go to your Facebook app and just hit live and you're live, right? And you can follow those steps that we share with you. So if you're on the go, if you're out there and you want to share something, you're in a beautiful place, some inspiration hit you and you want to share a message, it's good to know how to do it with the phone, because it's gonna give you that flexibility, okay? Now, when it comes to your house, if you're gonna do videos every so often or regularly, right? When I started, I just simply had a bunch of books that I would pile up, and I would put my phone there in the height that I found it was the best height, and just simply hit record, and that's how I started. But you know, as you start doing it, then you start thinking about, okay, how can I make this better? So nowadays, for example, I have some boxes where I have a little tripod for my phone. This is a tripod that actually I created. It has a tool that holds the phone. So I have a little tripod for my phone. I have my iPhone. I have also like a diva light right over here. And I have an extension cord, okay? So can it get better? Of course it can get better. And there's other things that I'm looking into that I can use to improve. But like I said, that's just gonna come with practice, and that's just gonna come, by you doing the videos over and over again. So the thing is, and I wanna tell you, if you're nervous about what to buy or what not to buy, I'm gonna share later today a little post with some links to some of the equipment that I've used that works for me. So if you need some, direction or any recommendations, I'll be happy to share that with you. Now, I want to say that you can there's other things that you need to think about, and I'm gonna go over them right now. But let's dive into the lighting side of things. So a lot of people worry about, it looks dark, it looks terrible, the quality is really bad. So the thing that is gonna guarantee that your video looks more professional is lighting. Now, you might not have lights at home, right? That are production lights or anything like that, but you have natural light. And I actually prefer natural light. And any photographer out there will tell you the same thing. You need to decide to pick a place in your home where there's natural light. So for example, I'm here and I have my desk right in front of me. This desk used to be further over there, and that corner of my house was very dark. So I used to have production lights in front of me, and yes, it would light up the whole thing, but it wasn't the light that I liked. I prefer more natural light versus artificial light. Artificial light can be great. I'm not, saying anything about it, but if you prefer natural light, then you're gonna want to place your desk or place your chair or whatever area you choose with the light, natural light. And that means the way that you have to set it up is so the light hits you in the face, okay? Because if you have the desk and the light is on the back, right? Like the window is behind you, then it's actually gonna give you shadow, okay? So the way to make sure that you have natural light is to have the light in front of you. So right here in front of me right now, there's a big window, okay? So what happens? Some days it's not very bright, right? Because some days are cloudy. Like today, actually, it's sunny out there, but the time of the day where I'm doing the video, the light is not hitting as much in here. So I have the blinds open, but I also have the diva light, and I actually had to turn on my living room light also to make sure that there's enough light for the video, okay? So that's another thing that you need to consider, the time of the day, right? Obviously in the morning there's better light, okay? But you have to see which light you prefer, and this is just gonna come again with experimentation. I could tell you go at 10 a.m. in the morning, which actually works for me, right? But it might not work for you, because depending where the window is located in your home is going to receive different lighting, so you have to figure out what works for you. Just simply look around your house and see where the natural light hits you. Now, if you're a person who does a 9 to 5 and you can only do videos at night, for example, don't worry about that. Then there's artificial light, and you can also use artificial light to make sure that your video is it's perfectly lit, okay? Okay, so that's where it comes to lighting. There's also for people who have asked me, there's yellow lighting and there's white lighting. So you have to test both and see what works for you. I prefer white lighting because it just looks more clean, but yellow lighting makes you look more warm. So it's up to you. The other thing I wanted to share with you is when it comes to the setup. So you have to decide, do you want to be sitting down or do you want to be standing up? Maybe for you're standing up and you're moving around and that helps you, okay? So let me see. Oh, I have a comment. Okay, I find it better when you have the daylight source behind the phone or camera so it's pick up a... Yes, that's a great thing. So a lot of the diva lights, actually, you can put the phone in the middle, right? And that light is better. And if you have it in front of you, right, which a lot of makeup artists do, and that's how they do all those beauty videos, that works great. So thank you so much for sharing that, Luisa. So yes, that works really, really good. The other thing you want to think about is, again, think about, do you want to be standing up when you're talking and you're doing things, or you prefer sitting down? And look around your house and see which place could be a good place to set up for your videos. I have this setup right here with my desk in my living room because it works for me. I just need to put my phone on my tripod and hit record, and here I am. And sometimes, because like I said, it's darker or it's cloudy, then I just set up my light and that's it. You know, before it used to be like I had to set up, you know, this tripod over here and I have to move things around so it doesn't look crowded. Like I have to do a lot of things, and all that stuff, what it does is stop you from getting the work done. So don't pick a place that is gonna make it really hard for you to just go live, okay? Pick a place that is very simple, that is very natural, and you know, it doesn't have to be a desk, it can be a chair. I have a chair over here, and this is actually great because the only thing I have to do is move my tripod over here if I want to change the scenery, and it's the same kind of lighting, and I can just simply change the setup and just put my tripod in front of me and go ahead and record. So think about whether you need a chair, or you want to use your sofa, or you want to use your desk, whatever it may be, right? And set up everything that you need so you have it there ready to go, okay? The other thing is have your water with you. So when you start talking, you're gonna realize you have a style, right? When you talk, sometimes maybe you're nervous, right? Because it's the first time that you're doing it. Maybe you realize that you don't breathe well, which is something that you're gonna learn with time. You need to breathe as you talk, because if not, you're gonna start coughing like a maniac. Or maybe something happens as you talk and you start coughing, so make sure that you have some liquid in front of you, right? Some water or some coffee, whatever works for you, because it could happen and it's live, right? And there's nothing wrong with having a sip of water if you need to. So, and if you realize as you start talking and stuff, that sometimes you feel like you can't breathe, or sometimes you feel like your words, you're just, you know, stomping all over the place, slow down, right? That might be that you're just talking too fast, okay? Sometimes when I got started, I would just hit record and it was kind of like I was doing an infomercial. I would kind of like, okay, this is what I need to say, this is what I'm gonna do, and just boom. And it was like a race. And sometimes I still do that if I just, you know, I'm not in it and I'm going through the process, right? But, so you have to figure out what's happening. And my recommendation when it comes to that is just try to be as natural as possible. It's just a conversation. So for me, you know, I come from a background in TV production and film, so for me the aesthetics of things is very important. I've talked about lighting before, how, you know, in the beginning it would stop me because, oh, this doesn't look right, you know, or I need to have like a script because that's what you do when you go on TV, or, you know, or if you are a news person, you have all this makeup and hair and the outfit, because I'm a stylist, as you know, so you have to look a certain way. So all those things would get in the way, and I'm not saying that those things are important, but if you want to get out there and you want to share your message, you have to find a way that works for you, and you have to figure out what is that system for you. I'm sharing all the things that work for me, and hopefully with what we shared yesterday with the steps, that makes it very simple, and what we're sharing today in terms of lighting and the setup, that's going to help with that. Tomorrow we're actually gonna talk about more about content. So if you're worried about, ooh, what am I gonna say, and how am I gonna remember things and things like that, I will share about that tomorrow. So that is actually my next thing. What the other thing that you need to have with you? Your notes. So right here I'm with you, and I don't have everything, but I have a couple of notes, right? Because I just want to make sure that I share with you certain points, certain things that I know they're gonna make a difference. Now, these might be different for you, and like I said, we're gonna go deeper into that tomorrow with the content, but I would recommend at least having, a notebook or some notes with you, because also as you talk, things are gonna happen, ideas are gonna pop, and you wanna be able to write them down, okay? The other thing is props, or, the scenery itself, right? I recommend picking a place that is very simple, very organized. Some people are, they do their podcast, for example, and they have a lot going on in the back, and they have very successful podcasts. And that's totally fine. If that works for you, perfect. But if you're asking in terms of aesthetics and how things look and how should you do things, I would recommend the simple the better. If it's a place that is nice and clean and organized, that's gonna affect, when people look at you and when people are listening to you, it's gonna be easier for them to concentrate on what you're talking about rather than whatever's happening behind the scenes, right? So a trend nowadays, for example, the more raw the video is, the more people pay attention. That is true. And I think that comes from a place of just, giving yourself permission to be who you are and be natural. But I think you still should pay attention to certain things to make sure that the quality of the message is good, that the message gets across. So it's up to you to see, what is the perfect balance for you. But it could work. I have, for example, a lot of people that I listen to that, they are at home with their kids, for example, and sometimes you will see a kid coming up and doing something and it's actually cute, and it doesn't bother me at all because I love the person and I don't care at all, really. But I would say, right, that the normal thing is trying to do the videos and try to keep it organized and everything like that, right? Everything with measure. Like I said, it's not going to be something bad. If it happens, you just move along with it and the show must continue and you'll be totally fine. But obviously try to plan for it and try to have some kind of structure so it's easier for you. Okay, so really quick recap about that. So think about a place where there's natural light. If you can't have that natural light, think about adding artificial light. If you need some help with that, I will share some equipment links with you if you want to check those out. But basically what you need is your window in front of you, or if you have an artificial light like a Diva light, like Luisa recommended, just have it in front of you, okay? Because if you start putting it in different places, it's gonna give you shadows in different places, and you don't want that. When it comes to the light, see what works for you. If you want like a clean, nice white light, or if you want something more warm like a yellow light. The second thing is pick a place in your house where you can decide, okay, this is a place where I'm gonna do this consistently, whether that's a desk area or a chair, or maybe you just like a certain wall, or you have a nice picture frame or a certain color that, and you just wanna stand there and talk, that works too. In terms of the equipment, just, you need your light, you need your phone, you need a setup area for the phone. It can be, in the beginning, you just a couple of stack of books or boxes until you can get a tripod, right? And that's about it, have your water, have some liquid to make sure that you don't stumble in words and you don't start coughing or anything like that. Have your notes so you relax also, that if you forget something, everything is here, right? Also make sure that the props and everything is organized so people can actually focus on you, and the message that you're sharing. So yeah. So my challenge for you today is just pick that place in your house or in your home office, wherever you want, and think about all these things that we've talked about the props, about the lighting, about everything, and pick that place. Think about these things and share it with us. You can go ahead and share it with us. You can take pictures. You can tell us why you think it works. If you have questions about it, you can also share them and see what works. Maybe you have already a place in your home and you just need more lighting, think about those things and we'll be happy to help you with those questions. So tomorrow we are going to talk more about content and structure. So if you need help with that, make sure to listen tomorrow. We'll be sharing some information about that. Later today, like I said, I'll share some links about the equipment. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know. I'm here to support you and help you. If you've been listening live, like Luisa and Bo, thank you so much, guys, for listening. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3, okay? Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye, guys.